On the dividend news, we will go ahead and start out with the bad one, which was 3M cuts its dividend by 54% after the spin-off. But on the good news, if you are a Northrop Grumman investor, they did hike their dividend by 10%. We also have Schwab hiked its dividend by 5.8%. This marks the 31st consecutive annual increases from this dividend company. The last one we do have here, guys, is the monthly dividend payment REIT, Realty Income, which hiked its monthly dividend by 2.1% to 26.25 cents. What's up, everybody? This is Antonio here bringing you episode 239 of the portfolio updates. You guys already know it's Sunday. It's time to go over the portfolio, what I bought, what I sold, what dividends came in, what options I placed, if I even placed any, which ones I managed, and in general, how the portfolio is performing, how much we grew the dividend snowball. And actually, as you guys can see, we are very close to $250,000 in portfolio value, guys. Huge accomplishment. We're very close. Hopefully next week we'll see how the market performs. We could potentially actually achieve that next week, and that's going to be a huge milestone for me. But you guys already know, every single Sunday, guys, we come back, we look at the dividend or projected dividend income from our portfolio. You guys can see that on our monthly projected dividend income, the portfolio is projected to make $349.91 on a monthly basis. This is completely passive. This is my active income converting into passive income where I don't have to do anything here. On the annual dividends so far for 2024, we do have $2,261.96. I actually have not included the month of April. I will hopefully make a video very soon. Been very busy this past couple weeks, and quarterly dividends, we're at $2,261.96. We're actually working on Q2 on the second month, and then on the options premium for the month of May, guys, we actually have made $0 in premium. That's okay because that's just a cherry on top. But if we do look here on the return, that is at 3.53% for the year, which, you know, that's just a cherry on top for me. I don't really I wasn't expecting this income. This is on top of the dividends, on top of the capital appreciation. And if we do look at the options in general, you'll see, but for the full year, we have collected $4,305.61, you know, not including dividends. We do have to pay regular income tax on this, but that's okay because this is going back into portfolio, reinvesting, buying more shares, accumulating those shares that the following quarter they pay more and more. If we do look at the goals, which we do have, guys, this keeps us focused, keeps us disciplined, and we do have some goals that we do typically set every single year. The first one's more related to my channel, and that's to reach 20,000 subscribers. So if you're new to the channel or a returning viewer that hasn't subscribed, consider subscribing with the notification. Definitely would appreciate it as well. If you guys wouldn't mind, drop a big thumbs up on the video. Costs you nothing. Definitely appreciate it. Goes a long way. Goal number 2 is to reach about $425 in dividends per month on average. We're on our way there. We're slowly chipping away at it. I think hopefully we can achieve it by the end of the year. We have several months left to do that. As well, goal number 3, that's to reach $126,000 invested of my own money. You'll see here that we have invested of my own personal money $122,101.84, and the portfolio is now worth around $249,000, almost $250,000 there, and we're trying to get this to $1 million. And you know, this is the total amount that I've invested. Everything else has been capital gains, you know, capital appreciation that I've already realized, dividends reinvested, and you know, it's been growing very good. We're gonna be very close to 250K here, and then the next one we're gonna try to aim is $500,000, and then eventually we'll get to $1 million, guys. And if we do look here, goal number 4, and that's the dollar cost average $100 into the portfolio at a minimum, no matter what the market's doing. We're doing that. I'll show you in the portfolio update how we're doing that. I actually contributed an additional $50 this week. That is because of goal number 5, which is to drip an additional $25 every time a company is about to go ex-dividend date. This way we force ourselves to invest more into the portfolio. It also allows us to meet that ex-dividend date and collect a little bit more of crumbs. Those little crumbs do compound over the following quarters, and in the following quarter we get paid a little bit more, and that snowball, tiny little snowball, starts compounding larger and larger to the point where, you know, we will hopefully be able to buy one or at least drip a full share of a company. And if we do look goal number 6, and that is to make about $100 per month selling options, we're definitely surpassing this right now for the year, and hopefully we can stay to it. Goal number 7 is to reach 1,000 shares of SCHD. We have a couple goals or a couple strategies we are going to be executing. I've been too busy to even sell some options, but I plan to sell some cash secured puts on SCHD. So if SCHD does go down, I do get assigned 100 shares of these great ETFs, and you know, that also meets one of our goals. But if we do look here, guys, on the dividend payout, you'll see that right now we have Visa, which Visa and Microsoft did go ex-dividend date, or I guess they went ex-dividend, and we met those. We'll get paid those dividends in June, and when we have Google on the 10th of June, which they'll be going ex-dividend date, and as well as Lockheed Martin on the 3rd of June, and they will be paying out. But we'll kick this off later in the video. If I do show you guys the main dashboard here, we can jump back over to the portfolio so we can go ahead and get started with the video. Alright guys, so you'll see here the portfolio is at $249,232.92. We're about maybe about $800 away from $250,000 in capital gains, or I guess not capital gains, but just in total value of the portfolio. You'll see on the day change we're at $184.68, which is about 0.07%. On the 2-year change, it's showing $61,122.68, which is about a 32.49%. If we do look at the I guess 1 month, you can see that we're actually up by 16,000, which is about 7%. On 3 month, we're up about also about 7.41%. And then if we do look at the year to date, it's about a 10.54% return. And then if I do show you guys here the positions, you guys can kind of see that we're up by $29,863.39, which is about 13.71%. We do have about $1,574.38 in cash ready to deploy if we do see a nice pullback. I do have about over 100 shares of Microsoft, over 200 shares of Apple, Costco right around close to $30, not $30, but 30 shares, Lockheed Martin 34 shares, and I'm accumulating more of these great companies for the long term. I finally have a little bit over a share of Nvidia, just so that when it does drip, it can buy a little bit more. On SCHD, we're at 821 shares. We are in the green now with this one. We've been accumulating when they were in the lower 70s, and as it's been climbing up, and I do want to get this to 1,000 shares, so we still have over 180-ish shares. And then if we do look as well, we do have $18,000 into SNSXX, which is earning us a right around a 5% return, little to no risk on this US Treasury, and it's very, very awesome. We're actually going to be selling some naked puts as well, and then once we do get assigned, we'll sell out of this and cover our positions for our naked puts. Great strategy. I'll be using that until I can possibly not use that and get assigned shares. If I do show you the performance, we are in the green by $45,283.17. This market has just been going up on the portfolio. We've been seeing some great returns, and we're going to continue staying disciplined with our goals, and hopefully we will eventually achieve that $1 million portfolio value. If we do look on the rate of return, that's a 22.48%, and we're going to continue doing what we're doing. If I do show you on the investment income, portfolio is projected to make about $4,492.28 in the next 12 months. That averages out about $374.36 per month. On June, we're projected to make about $862.99. July $77.78, and then August about $182.18, and then September $863.16. If we do look at the history, I can kind of show you guys all the trades we did. I do have it to start from the 13th of May all the way till the 18th. If I do scroll to the very bottom, pretty easy week. On the 13th, we did end up buying Visa. Visa was going to go ex-dividend date, so I bought $25 worth of it. It was about 0.08 shares. We also bought Microsoft. They were going to go ex-dividend date. Bought about $25. Bought about 0.06 shares of this. I deposited $150, $100 to make my minimum, $100 per week, plus $25 per Microsoft and Visa because they were going to go ex-dividend date. And then on the 15th, the cash dividend from SNXX paid us out, which was $118.24 shares dollars. And you'll see that on the 16th, Apple did pay its dividend. We got $55.34. And then on the 16th as well, I went ahead and bought one full share of Google. Bought it about $174.25. This is going to be for the long term. I'm going to be holding it on the 16th as well. I bought Microsoft. Bought about $100 worth of Microsoft because remember I deposited $150 that week. It bought about 0.23 shares. And then on the 16th as well, Apple's dividend dripped and it bought about 0.29 shares at about $190 a share on Apple. And that's basically all we did this week for the portfolio. Pretty easy. And then if I do show you here, guys, to calculate dividends, this actually adds up all the dividends that I made this week and pops them up for me in a sum. So let's go ahead and click on that. And you'll see that we made $173.58 in dividends, completely passive, had to do nothing absolutely for this. And I love seeing this income continue to come in because it gets reinvested. I don't pull it out of the portfolio. But let's go ahead and actually jump over to the Google Sheets, guys, so we can kind of see how much we grew the dividend snowball this week. All right, guys, so we're here at the dashboard. You'll see that I have a copy of this over here, so you can kind of see the difference when we kick off the scripts. But again, on the options premium for the month of May, it's been zero profits on this. But overall, if we include it since January, we have gotten a return of 3.53% so far, so I'm happy with that. Again, options, this May has been pretty slow. I haven't placed any really options, so we've made $0 on that month. But the previous months we've made some pretty good income here, and you guys can kind of see that it does add up to $4,305.61. And then on the dividend payout, guys, if I do show you, we do have 4 companies that have declared dividends or announced dividends. If I do go to portfolio tools, click on get latest dividends, this will get wiped. It'll go find out in my portfolio companies that have declared or announced a dividend coming up. So give it a second or two and we'll see if any other ones pop up. Looks like one more popped up. We do have Lockheed Martin, Waste Management, Google, Microsoft, and Visa, which we'll see Waste Management is going to go ex-dividend date on the 7th of June. So we have a lot of companies here that will have to contribute money additional on top of our $100 every single week to meet one of our goals, and it kind of just forces me to add more money to the portfolio, which is a great thing to do in the long term. I think my future self will thank me here. If we do look at the settings, we'll go ahead and get rid of this portfolio holdings. This was from last week. Let's go ahead and jump over to Empower, which has all my portfolio positions from this past week with all those purchases. So I'll see you guys over there. All right, guys, so we're at Empower on my Schwab account. You'll see this green button is called Copy Holdings. Click on it. This is a script I do have available for free, guys. All I ask in return is that you're subscribed with that notification. You drop a big thumbs up on my videos if you haven't done so already. But this copies the content on my portfolio that contains all the purchases from this past week. So we'll jump back over into the Google Sheets, right click, paste special values only, and then there we are. We are good to go. If we jump over here to holdings, this is an old snapshot from last week, which contains all those purchases from the previous one. If we go to portfolio tools, update portfolio holdings, this will get wiped. It'll parse out the new stuff we just pasted and we'll see the new ones reflected. So let's go ahead and click on it, and let's go ahead and jump over to the dashboard, and you'll see everything is being calculated now. As you'll see here, you'll see on the projected dividend yield, we're projected 1.69% compared to last week, 1.71%. On the yield on cost, we're still at 1.93%, and then on the yearly, we're at $4,201.11 compared to $4,198.93. And then on the monthly, we're projected to make $350.09 compared to last week, $349.91. On the weekly, we are projected to make 4 more pennies now, $80.79 every single week. On the day, $11.51 compared to previously we went up 1 penny. On the hourly, we're projected to 48 cents every single hour. And then on the hourly work wage, this is if our portfolio was to go work a 40-hour work week, that would get paid an hourly rate of $2.02 every single hour. And we're eventually going to try to get this to minimum wage. Hopefully we can eventually get to it. It's going to be a huge milestone once we achieve it as well. Hopefully next week we hit the $250,000. Obviously it doesn't change anything for me because I'm planning to invest for the long term, but it's just a cool milestone to achieve. We'll see if next week we achieve it. But if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure that you subscribe with the notification. Definitely appreciate it as well. Drop a big thumbs up on the video, and if you stuck all the way to the very end, let me know by dropping a hashtag 250k to let me know you stuck all the way to their end. Definitely appreciate it, guys. Hopefully next week we achieve it. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.